adventure racing certainly teaches you a lot about what you can do and what you're capable of. Not just in terms of sort of physically, you can go a lot further than you think you can.
Yeah, there's definitely some sort of strange appeal of actually going into those dark places and suffering a bit and just seeing if you can get through. It's interesting seeing how you react and really testing yourself. It can be either mental or physical. If the problem's physical, it's interesting to see how your mental strength can get you through it. And sometimes the problem's mental, but at least your body's still working, so physically you can get through it, and those two balance each other out somehow.
I've coached many athletes over the years, and I'm always puzzled by why some athletes make it and other athletes don't when they start out at a similar level. The big difference is their mental attitude, which includes the ability to overcome and face obstacles, because every athlete in their career has obstacles in the way of illness, injury.
On the first morning, I just smashed my knee into a rock that was hidden by some sort of young bamboo, and I just swelled up a wee bit because we were walking for 30-something hours. I think the tendon just got inflamed, so every step I took was like someone digging their thumb into my muscle. I just couldn't really enjoy the trek.
What sets the adventure racers apart is the tougher it becomes, the more determined they become. There's a difference between pain and suffering. They're racing for 4, 5, 6 days. So you can imagine after 6 hours, they start to deal with pain, and when the pain is there for long enough, it becomes suffering. How you cope with that is quite essential.
I've been suffering. Yeah. I've been struggling. The boys have been good. They've been carrying my pack. Sorry, it hasn't been much fun.
The difference between winning and losing is totally, in the head. You need to carry on when the pain sets in. As long as they can manage any issues in relation to injury or illness, which always happens, they will get to the finish.
I actually have quite often found myself thinking back to various stages of the race and reunion where I can remember having really strong thoughts of, I just want to quit, but I can't because these guys are relying on me and it's just not an option. And, sure enough, we got to the end, even though it seemed to me like there was no way I was going to finish that race. And so I try and reflect on that.
When it gets really tough for me, I think there's a few things that keep it in perspective, and one of those things is that I just remind myself I'm lucky to be there, and I chose to be there. It was my choice, and at the end of the day, I'm just so lucky to be able to travel the world and go to these amazing places where even the locals don't go to. It's really rewarding.
It's often such a sort of impossible sounding goal to do one of these races. I remember my first one, I was terrified. Adventure racing gives you that sort of empowerment that you can take on something that seems impossible, and if you just keep on going, you're gonna get to the end of it. Yeah, you can transfer that over to your life and sort of anything that you're a little bit afraid of doing, or you might be holding back because you don't think you can do it. You can generally sort of say, well, if I start this or figure out how to start it, then chances are I'm going to be able to do it.
That's how I've lived my life. I've always been just wanting to pack in as many experiences as I can, and I often sort of believe that it's easy in life to sort of regret the things you didn't do, but you probably never regret the things you've done. If given the opportunity to do something or not, I'll always do it.